subscribe to my channel Making Impossible and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any one of my upcoming videos.
Yo, what's up friends? I'm Shulazari and welcome back to Making Impossible, the channel that teaches you how to make the impossible and be the smartest person in the room. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you a really beautiful and easy card trick which I call the 12 o'clock card trick, and this is my true original card trick. This card trick involves time with it, so you might need a watch or a cell phone for displaying the time while you are going to find the spectator's card, and for that reason make sure you're wearing a watch or having a cell phone with you. And this card trick is so simple and easy to do that even people who haven't done magic before in their life, they can also do it. So without any further ado, let's start our today's video.
I'll feature one lucky Instagram user every Monday in my Smack That Monday episodes. If you want your Instagram profile or page to be featured in my next Smack That Monday episode, follow the simple steps that are given in the video description. So now, let's continue.
Okay guys, here's the performance of the card trick. Now as you can see, I have this deck of cards completely mixed up, right? But still I'm just going to shuffle this in front of you. If you want, you can shuffle it too. And after the shuffling is done, you're just going to select one random playing card, and let's say for example it's this one, the 10 of spades. So make sure you remember this card, the 10 of spades, because if you remember this card, then only this trick is going to work. Because after I find this card, if you don't remember it, there's nothing called magic trick in this entire process. So make sure you remember this card, the 10 of spades, which is your selection, and I'm just going to keep it inside and then shuffle this deck of cards just like that. Okay, and as I'm shuffling, you can say stop at any point you want. Okay, and let's say you say stop at this point. I'm just going to take the top card and keep it right over here. Now I'll need 11 more cards to gather up 12 cards over here at random, so that I can build a virtual clock in front of you. So I'm just going to do the same thing, shuffle, and you are going to say stop at any point you want, and I'll just keep the top card right over here, and I'll just fast forward this entire process so that you don't get bored. So 2, that will be the 11, and that's the 12. So right now I'm just going to keep the rest of the deck away, and let's see if we have 12 cards here or not. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So we have 12 cards right over here, and your card could be any card amongst this 12 cards, or maybe your card is not over here in this rest of the deck of cards. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to build a clock with this 12 cards. So right now the card over here, as you see, is the 12, and then there is 1, there is 2, there is 3, there is 4, there is 5, there is 6, there is 7, there is 8, there is 9, there is 10, and there is 11, and this one is 12. So 12 is this one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, back to 12. So at this point you can see over here the cards is arranged to make up a virtual clock in front of you. And at this point, all I want you to do is take out your cell phone and look at the time in it. Now it says 4:52, right? So at this point I'm just going to go with the 4, and right now the time has changed to 53, so I'm just going to go with the 4:53. Now first the 4, 1 2 3 4. I'm just going to go with the 4, and then the 53, then we have 54, 55. So 53 is closest to 55, which means we are going to go with the 11. Okay, so I'm just going to take this card and put it right over here and push these cards aside. So amongst these 12 cards, I feel like that one could be your selection, and at a random I want you to put one of your hands at any one of this card. And let's say the spectator puts their hand on this one. So I'm just going to take this card and remove it, and I'm just going to turn this card over, and that will be none other than the spectator selected card, the 10 of spades. So that's the card trick. That's how it looks like. Let's see how we can do this card trick. Okay guys, this is how this trick is done. Now first of all, the spectator is going to shuffle this deck of cards, and after the shuffling is done and after this select a playing card at a random, all you have to do is you have to control this card to the top of the deck. And I did the Mahatma control, and the tutorial for the Mahatma control is given in the description below as well as in the card, so make sure you check that out if you don't know. So I did the Mahatma control and I brought the card to the top of the deck, and then I did the false shuffle by just retaining the top card. So the top card's position will be the same, that is, it will be always on the top, and that is the spectator's card for the first shuffle only. Okay, so I'll just do the retention shuffle, and as I do it, I'm just going to do the overhand shuffle. I'm just going to pull all the cards over here and use my other fingers to pull the top card also along with those cards. So right now the spectator's card is over here, and then I'm just going to keep on shuffling just like that and do the same thing until and unless the spectator calls out stop. And when the spectator calls out stop, I know that their card is on the top of the deck, and then I'm just going to keep it right over here. So their card is already on the mat. Okay, so at this point the spectator might think that I just put a random card over here and just for a demonstration, and then I can hand these cards over to my spectator so that they can do the rest of the thing on their own. The same thing they can do it on their own and put down 11 more cards. So as you saw in the performance, they are going to just do the shuffling and put out one card over here until and unless there is 12 cards right over here. So right now I'm just going to put 11 cards at random, doesn't really matter. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So these cards will be taken out by the spectator or by you by shuffling the deck of cards, and when the spectator calls out stop or thinks of stopping, he or she or you are going to take the top card and put it right over here. That's how these cards will be selected. But since this is the tutorial, I'm not going to make this very long. So at this point we will have all these 11 cards over the spectator's card. So right now the spectator's card is on the bottom, and the rest are the all random playing cards, random 11 playing cards on top of it. So at this point you need to bring this card onto the top of the deck, and for that reason you're just going to count these cards. You're going to just say to your spectator that let's count these cards so that we are correct that we have taken only 12 cards, not more than that or not less than that. And by saying that, you're just going to count one by one, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and this 12th card is the spectator's card. It automatically comes to the top as you count these cards. So make sure to count these cards one by one and drop it on the mat or the table. So that's how you're going to count and bring it to the top. Now before you start this card trick, you have to just see the time on your cell phone. So at this point it is 4:58. Okay, now if I would have started the card trick at 4:58, the card trick, because of the explanation and all the demonstration that I did with the spectators and all the time that it took, I would have crossed to 5:1 or 5:2 or something like that. But since right now it is 4:58, I've started the card trick almost at 4:54 or something like that. Or something like that. And at that point I knew that I'll only require like 4 minutes or something to explain all these things to the spectator, and by that time I'll not cross the 5 hour. So at this point I know, since I'm not crossing the 5 hour, the spectator's card I have to place it in the 4th position. Now right now what I am going to do is, this is the first card, which is the spectator's card. I need to keep it in the 5th position, not on the 4th position, in the 5th position, because right now I'm just going to take 1 2 3 4 5 cards, and then carelessly in front of the spectator I'll just keep this card over there, and then I'm just going to keep the rest of the cards over here, because if I keep the 12th card over here and then keep the 4 cards over here, the 4th card will be the spectator's card. So I have to keep the spectator's card in the 5th position at the beginning. Okay, so at this point what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to keep this card, the 12th card, on the top, that is the random card. Now over here I'm just going to keep 1, then 2, then we're going to keep the 3. Then I know over here the 4th card is the spectator's card, I'm keeping over here. Then over here the 5, then the 6, then the 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and this is the 12. So 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, back to 12. So right now you're going to say to your spectator, this is a virtual clock in front of you, and at this point you're going to ask your spectator, right now I've already crossed 5, so it doesn't really matter because I have been explaining you by looking at my phone while it was 4. But since I know that if I would have started this trick at 448 or maybe 458 or maybe 454, then I would have surely crossed 5. Then I would have kept their card at the 6th number so that their card would end up in the 5th position. But since I've already set up their card to end up in the 4th position, I'm just going to go and ask them to just see their phone and see the time on their phone, and they're going to say 4 something something, and then I'm just going to take out the 4th card because I know this is their selected card and I need to keep their selected card in the hours place because the hour is not going to change. The minutes can change anytime. So the hour, I'm going to take out their card and I know it's their card. I'm still going to give them another chance to say what's the minute, and they're going to speak out of any minute, and you're just going to round off that number to the closest minute, and you're just going to take out that random card. This is the random card that I selected. Doesn't really matter what minute it is, just for explanation. So I know this is the spectator select card and this is the random card. Now at this point, what I have to do is I have to ask my spectator to randomly put their hand on any one of these cards. And let's say the spectator puts their hand on this one. Now if the spectator puts their hand on this one, you're going to say that since you have put your hand on this one, I'm just going to remove this card, and the card that is left on the table is your card. But if the spectator puts their hand on this one, you're just going to say this is the card that you have put your hand on, that means this is the card that you have selected. I'm just going to remove the other card because this is your selection, this is your card, the ace of hearts. So that's how you need to also play games with the spectator's mind when they are going to select one card amongst the last 2 cards. So if they choose the wrong card, you're just going to say that okay, you put your hand on this card, I'm just going to move this away, this is the card that's remaining on the table and that should be your card. And if they put their hand on the right card, then you're going to just put the other card away because you're going to say that this is the card that you selected right now and that should be none other than your card. And that's how you are going to show this trick. And one more thing, first of all, before even trying to do this card trick, I'd say that start this card trick when it's like when it's proper 5 o'clock or maybe proper 4 o'clock. I mean the proper hour hand, it's over there. Or maybe if you want to start this trick just before the minutes before the hour clock, you are just going to practice this trick beforehand so that you know that how much time you take for doing this entire process. Because if you know how much time you take for doing this entire process, then you will be sure that at what time you're going to end this trick. And that's how, if you require 5 minutes and if you start the trick at 4:58, then you're going to be sure that I'm starting the trick at 4:58 but I'm going to end up at 5:03. So that means you're going to keep the spectator's card at the 5th position, not at the 4th position. But if you're going to start the card trick at, let's say, somewhere around 4:30 or something, then you're confident that you are going to require only 5 minutes for explaining this entire situation to your spectator. And for that reason, you don't need enough time for this trick. And for that reason, you can end up even before the clock hits the 5. So that means you're going to keep their card at the 4. And that's how you are going to just make them select their card at the 4 position. And that's how you're going to do it at the last, the 2 cards thing. You're going to do at the last, and that's how you're going to find their card and you'll impress your spectators. So that's the trick, that's the tutorial for it, and that's how it's done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did so, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Shoelazari. Also, if you have any questions, you can use the comment section for that. And don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, which is a pretty savage channel. I post entertaining videos and gameplays over there, and the link to the channel will be given right in the description box as well as in the cards. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button of this channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and turn on the post notifications so that you don't miss my upcoming videos and my future Smack That Monday episodes. Peace!